hundreds of admirals and generals are leaving their posts from airfields, at sea, and at tactical headquarters around the world. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth summoning all U.S. general officers and admirals in command positions and senior enlisted leaders to a meeting at the U.S. Marine Corps base in Quantico, Virginia.
Now here's where the drama deepens. Even those ordered to attend don't know what the agenda is. That alone sets a tone of mystery and unease. When the top brass walks into a room blind, they're not just attending another briefing. They're bracing for something that could redefine their future. Is this a course correction for America's armed forces? Is it the rollout of a bold new strategy? Or could it be something more controversial? Perhaps another wave of cuts or firings like the ones Hegseth has already made.
But even those told to attend the meeting do not know what prompted Hegseth's call and what will be discussed. The Pentagon saying only the Secretary of War will be addressing his senior military leaders early next week. President Trump was asked about the meeting, but perhaps misunderstanding the question or unaware of the Hegseth meeting, he seemed to think it was foreign generals who were coming to meet Hegseth.
Well, I know. I love it. I mean, I think it's great. Let him be friendly. Let him be friendly with the generals and admirals from all over the world. Why? Is there something? No, but is there something wrong with it?
Vice President Vance stepping in.
It's not particularly unusual that generals who report to the Secretary of War and then to the President of the United States are coming to speak with the Secretary of War.
But there has not been a meeting quite like this one, and it has created apprehension among senior officers. Last May, Hegseth ordering at least a 20% reduction in the number of four-star generals and admirals across the active duty force.
Hegseth has defended these decisions by pointing to a larger philosophy, President Trump's mantra of peace through strength. The argument is simple. The military has become bloated with layers of bureaucracy and top-heavy leadership, draining resources from the actual warfighters who stand on the front lines. By cutting down the ranks of four-star officers, he insists the money and manpower can be redirected to those who need it most. On paper, it's a bold attempt to streamline and strengthen. But here's the question, does cutting top leadership really make the military leaner and stronger? Or does it strip away the very experience and strategic wisdom needed to face modern threats? Let's be honest, firings of this scale are not routine. They're dramatic, disruptive, and deeply symbolic. General Brown wasn't just another officer. He was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the president's top military advisor, a man with decades of experience guiding national defense strategy. Admiral Franchetti wasn't just a commander. She represented history, progress, and a symbol of diversity at the highest levels of the Navy. To see leaders like them dismissed overnight raises questions not only about military efficiency, but about politics, power, and priorities.
It's in keeping with President Trump's commitment to achieving peace through strength. We're going to shift resources from bloated headquarters elements to our warfighters.
The secretary has already fired at least 15 senior military officers, including General C.Q. Brown, the then chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the first woman to command the Navy, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, also let go.
Now, officials insist there's no urgent national security threat driving this. But here's where common sense kicks in. If it's not an immediate crisis, then why would the Pentagon accept the risk of pulling so many senior leaders away at once? You don't ground an entire fleet of commanders without reason. You don't call them in without purpose. And yet, that purpose is being kept under lock and key. Doesn't that make you wonder if something much bigger is going on, something the public hasn't been told yet? And it's not just the risk factor, it's the symbolism, the image of America's most powerful military leaders all walking into a closed-door meeting carries a weight that words can barely capture. It suggests a reckoning, a moment of unity, or perhaps a moment of reckoning with the very structure of military leadership itself. It sends a signal not just to the generals and admirals in the room, but to America's adversaries watching closely from afar.
While the topic of the meeting remains a mystery, given what President Trump and J.D. Vance said about it, it does not appear to be an urgent national security matter. But having this many senior officers away from their post does create concern among some. Rebecca?
All right, Martha, thank you.